For dividing fractions using models, I'm going to give you 3 examples in these notes. The first example, if you're just writing instead of using the printed paper, will go on the top flap of your flip book, and examples 2 and 3 will go on the bottom flap of your flip book. Okay, so when we have a fraction, we've got 4/5 divided by 1/4. So we're going to use these denominators, the 5 and the 4, to build 2 identical arrays. So we're going to do a 5 by 4 array. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my array. And I'm going to do 2 identical ones. So I'm going to do another one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so step 1 was to just build my 2 arrays. And then I'm going to shade them to model each fraction. So let's do the first one. We're going to shade it. And I'm going to do that in green. And I need to shade 4/5. So I've got 5 rows. I'm going to shade 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my second fraction, I've got 1/4. So I've got 4 columns. I'm going to shade 1 full column. Okay, so all we've done is we've built our arrays and we've shaded. Now step 2 says that I'm going to count the shaded parts in my second array. So I'm just counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have a group of 5. So my second array is a group of 5. And that leads me to my key question. And my key question is, how many groups of 5 will fit into the first shading? So that is the whole key to this. I now know I have a group of 5. How many groups of 5 will fit in my first shading? So I'm just going to kind of draw it out. That's a group of 5, so that's 1. Let's see, here's another group of 5. That's 5 boxes, so that's 2. And then coming down here, I've got 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's another group of 5. So I've got 3 groups of 5, and then I have one guy right here that's not in my groups. So my answer is I have 3 groups of 5, so I'm going to write that in. 3 whole groups of 5, and I have 1 of a group of 5 left over, and that's my answer. Okay, so let's do this again. We're going to follow the same process for our second one. Our second one, we need to draw an array. And this time our array using our denominators is going to be a 4 by 2. So I've drawn my 2 arrays. I'm going to go ahead and shade my first one. I'm shading 3/4. So 3 of my 4 rows are getting shaded. And in my second one, I'm shading half of it. So 1 of my 2 columns is getting shaded. So my second array is a group of 1, 2, 3, 4. So my second one is a group of 4. It's 2, 3, 4. So my question is, how many groups of 4 will fit into my first array? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 group of 4. And then I have 2 extra guys, 2 of my 4 left over. So that's my answer. And then let's do it one more time. So what I want you to do on this one is I want you to pause the video, create your arrays and see if you can come up to the answer, and then start the video back up and see if you got it correct. Okay, so a lot of you probably got this far to where you made your two arrays and you figured out your second array is a group of 15. So our question, how many groups of 15 will fit in the first shading? Well, I look at my first shading, and my first shading is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15 is more than 12, so 0 groups of 15 are going to fit into my shading. But what I do have is 12 of the 15 left over. So my answer doesn't have any whole numbers. It's just the fraction 12 over 15.